Yes, I did. So I packed it up and brought it back to the crib. Just a little something, show you how we live. Everybody want it, but it ain't that serious. That's that shit. So if you gon' do it just like this. Did you realize that you are a champion? You don't see just how wild the crowd is. You don't see just how fly my style is. I don't see why I need a stylist. When I shot so much I can speak Italian. I don't know, I just want it better for my kids. And I ain't saying we was from the projects, but every time I wanna lay away or deposit, my dad'd say when you see clothes, close your eyelids. We was sorta like Will Smith and his son. In the movie I ain't talking about the rich ones, cause every summer he'd get some brand new hairbrain scheme to get rich from. And I don't know what he did for dope, but he'd send me back to school with a new wardrobe. And I think he did when he packed it up and brought it back to the crib. Just a little something, show you how we live. Everything I wanted, man, it seems so serious. That's that shit. So if you gon' do it just like this. Did you realize that you are a champion? When it feel like living's harder than dying, for me giving up's way harder than trying. Lauryn Hill said her heart was in Zion. I wish her heart still was in rhyming. Cause who the kids gon' listen to? Huh? I guess me if it isn't you. Last week I paid a visit to the institute. They got the dropout keeping kids in the school. I guess I clean up my act like Prince do. If not for the pleasure, at least for the principle. They got the CD, then got to see me drop gems like I dropped out a PE. They used to feel invisible. Now they know they invincible.
Champion, runners in the market, they pop the gun. Stand up, here he comes. Tell me what it takes to be number one. Tell me what it takes to be number one. This is the story of a champion. Runners in the market, they pop the gun. Stand up, here he comes. Tell me what it takes to be number one. Tell me what it takes to be number one. Did you realize that you are a champion?
Yes, I did. So I packed it up and brought it back to the crib. Just a little something, show you how we live. Everybody want it, but it ain't that serious. That's that shit. So if you gon' do it just like this. Like this.
That you are a champion.
Welcome. We are back. What a day, what a week. Before I even get into anything, hit the like button if you're in the stream. Thank you for 2,000 subscribers. If you're not subscribed, you definitely should be. Make sure to hit that like button. I don't even have too many words to say. Today was life-changing for me personally. Yeah, if you want to send me a tip or buy some merch, like this hoodie right here, or like the mouse pad or anything on the page. If you want to get the Fisker butterfly, when I put out the buy call at $9 on Fisker, you can get that too. It's on like a poster. I framed it on my wall. And today's a great day to look at this poster because Fisker has actually more than doubled in price since I put out that call. And then the other call I put out 3 weeks ago at $15. Let's go. Check out the website, join the Discord. We have 1,400 members in the Discord. We hit that today. So many milestones this week. So you just go to the website, the link's in the description, click on join the Discord, you can check out all my trades, everything's on the website. Let me change the music real quick. What should we go with? Try that, alright. Today was insane. Today was crazy. Fisker, QS. Just wow. If you've been in the stream for the past 3 weeks, I've been showing the white coffee accumulation on Fisker. Finally, you got the catalyst that was needed for the price to go up with the $27 price target from JP Morgan, and it just went to $19. It's at $19 right now. As we speak, it's literally $19 on the dot. And then QS was up, they're pretty much both up 22 to 23%. Today, QS is at $55. I put out 2 different buy calls on QS. I put out the short-term buy call at $44 2 days ago, and then I put out the long-term buy call on QS at $47. Crazy stuff. So just looking at the trades from this week, just a quick recap. But we need more likes. All right, what a day. We need more likes in the stream. All right, if you're in here, let's hit that like button. Let's get to 20 likes real quick. Just looking at the trades that hit their targets this week: Litecoin 35% profit, Bitcoin Cash 28% profit, DYAI hit the target today for 28% profit, Bitcoin hit the target earlier in the week for 23% profit, CPST 19% profit. The short-term trade on QS hit the target for 13%, but the long-term trade on QS is up 17%. Remember, my target on the long-term trade on QS is $70, and I put that out last week. What happened this week? JP Morgan put out a $70 price target on QS. Crazy, right? Then TNK, also 20%. Shout out to Christian for TNK. Great trade. XL is up 7%. Had a nice bounce today, finally. UMA, which is a crypto, I put that out yesterday. That's up 7%. Beyond is up 3%. It was up like 7% earlier, I think yesterday or something. Boeing's only at 1%. Clover and Nokia are both even. UWMC is down 2%. DGLY is down 4%. And then the one singular failed trade this week was RMO. That was an 8% loss. But who cares about 8% when we have literally all of this right here? Although the RMO trade was up 8% at one point. So it was up 8% earlier in the trade. Let's on over to the charts and let's talk about FSR and QS. Typically, I don't go live on Fridays just because the market's closed for the weekend, and then my next stream is going to be on Monday night because on Monday the stock market's closed as well. So this is like the final stream until Monday night. And yeah, sound over to the charts. Let's talk about things. All right, right now we're looking at futures. They're at the top of the flag. Remember, I've been showing this structure on the S&P 500 for a while now, where every time it gets to the top of the flag, it ends up falling down in the short term. It hit the top of the flag earlier this week, and you had two different big drops. You had a big drop yesterday in the morning, and then the day before yesterday in the morning as well. You're just at a very high area, and futures literally ran until the close. So the S&P closed at an all-time high. Just crazy stuff on the S&P 500 at the top of the flag. Keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. All right. It could break it. It hasn't broken it the last like 5 or 6 times it's tried to break out the top of the flag. But who knows? Maybe this time it will do it. Maybe this time it won't. We'll just have to see. Remember, you don't need to know what's going to happen. You just need to be able to react. All right. That's like the easy way to put it, I guess. Bitcoin is pretty much flat right now. This trade hit the target. It went even higher. The whole entire thing with Tesla and Bitcoin earlier in the week. Huge pop. I think it was like around Monday or something on Bitcoin. But let's stop talking about all those things. We can talk about that on the next stream on Monday. Let's talk about FSR and QS, okay? We have to start off with FSR. I've put out probably 5 or 6 trades on FSR. I think out of those 5 or 6 trades, I think, let's say I put out 6 trades, I think 5 of them worked out. I think I've had only one failed trade on FSR, which was like right over here. Put out a failed trade and it ended up gapping down like the next day or something. But since the bullish butterfly, since my original call on FSR at $9, it had the crazy run. Then it created a Wyckoff accumulation pattern, which I've been showing for 3 weeks. And it needed some life. And you got the catalyst, you got the price target from JP Morgan, and it just went crazy. And you broke out of the Wyckoff accumulation pattern for literally a whole entire month. The composite man, right? The imaginary, how do I put this? Controller of the stock market, the composite man, was accumulating his position from the weak hands for over a month and accumulating before the big move up. And that's what's happening right now. You're getting the big move up. Pretty much I would say you're in phase E right now. You're not even phase D. It's just you went right through phase D super quickly. I'm so happy. I'm so happy about FSR. Genuinely, I had 2 different trades on FSR personally. I have my long-term trade. I have not sold a share. So if it goes back down to 14.55, then great. I just never realized anything because it's my long-term trade, right? I'm holding that for a decade, so I'm not taking profits at 19. I don't want to take any profits under $50. I tweeted about that a couple months ago. And I'm not saying 100% FSR is going to go $50. That's just my personal minimum target to start selling a little bit, not even like a full position, right? I'm just holding and holding and holding. It's my #1 favorite company. It's literally, I'm wearing the hat right now. Literally wearing the FSR hat. But yeah, I'm so happy with FSR, what it did. Just nice gap up. It was up a lot after hours yesterday as well. And this trade is literally like 75% of the way completed. In these general areas, if you're in the short term, you could definitely be taking some profits in these general areas. But at the same time, you don't have any resistance until the target of the trade. The target of the trade is 21.55, and there's literally no resistance until then. So I put out this trade 3 weeks ago. Yes, 3 weeks ago, I called for a 44% move on Fisker. People didn't believe it. So many people didn't even enter this trade. People were not accumulating their positions in the right time, and people ended up chasing. The whole entire idea was to be accumulating your position right here, because that's white coffee accumulation. That's the pattern we're playing. And then finally you got the break. And now you're in the general target profit taking areas. Whether you want to take profits here, whether you want to try and wait to see if you can get to the next resistance. It's in the area where, yes, people could be taking profits in the short term. Sometime next week, you could get a dip. You even had a dip today. And if you follow me on Twitter or if you're in the Discord, let me go on, I guess, like the 1 hour chart. Literally, I showed where it would bounce, right? So Fisker had a huge run up pretty much the whole entire day until about towards the end of the day. Then it dipped all the way to 18.21, and even before it got there, when Fisker was at 19 the first time, I put out like a tweet and a Discord alert saying your supports were 18.21, 17.50, 16.50, and it came back down to 18.21. Why is this so important on Fisker? Let me show you, okay? 18.21 has always been resistance. You've never used 18.21 as support. It was your resistance right over here in September. It was your resistance in November, and it was kind of your resistance in December. And for the first time, instead of it being a resistance, you got the flip, and now Fisker is finding support at 18.21. That is huge. If you can stay above 18.21, you'd obviously see much higher prices if you're above a price, but that's where you're really looking to hold 18.21. If 18.21 does not hold, you have 17.50-ish in that general area. You 100% you want 17.37 to hold. So if one's deeply in profit, you could put a stop loss around like $17.15 or something like that, because then you'd be in the gap fill zone and you'd be under the 17.50 support. So if you're like in this for the short term, you could either be taking profits here, you could put a stop loss at around $17.15 if you got in at the entry of the trade at $15. And then yeah, awesome move on Fisker. I kind of talked about this last week, but I really just made a whole entire Roth IRA just for Fisker. So my whole entire Roth IRA account is 100% Fisker. So my Roth IRA was up 23% today because that's how much Fisker was up today. So I'm very happy about that. After my Roth IRA literally not moving for a whole entire month because Fisker didn't really move. Now it's up, so I'm happy about that. Let's talk about QS. If you've been watching the stream literally all week, if you've been watching the stream, what has been my #1 most talked about stock? If you're in the Discord, what have I talked about the most? If you follow me on Twitter, what have I talked about the most this week more than anything else? QS. And I was still super bullish on it when the trade was down 6, or at one point the trade was down 8%. So this long-term trade at one point was down 8%, and I didn't fold. I did not lose my bullishness on the trade, because I just knew that if you just got some sort of demand, it could go wild just based on the falling wedge on the daily, the hidden bullish divergence on the daily, the inverse head and shoulders on the 4 hour, and the symmetrical triangle on the 1 hour. All the technicals were lined up, and what I always say is the best thing to happen is when you have technicals and the catalyst lining up, that can lead to a huge move, and that's exactly what happened on both Fisker and on QS, right? So awesome. QS was the biggest trade of my life. I said it earlier in the week. I was very deep in QS. I had a lot of calls in QS. I can't say how much, but I don't even want to say how much. And yeah, it was my best trade ever. I was so bullish on it. It ended up working out. So happy that it did. Really, like, I don't want to say anything, but it's just like, if you really believe in something and you learn how to do this the right way, it can be very, very rewarding, okay? It can be very rewarding, but if you have to do it the right way. You have to manage your risk. You have to be getting in at the lows and then selling at the highs. You have to know what you're doing. That's what I try to teach every single day, and that's what allowed me. And even over here, like, I know it's nowhere near the long-term target, but I was mainly playing the short-term trade, which actually took off my chart because it hit the target. But I was playing the short-term trade because I was heavy in call options. So yeah, I took a lot of profits. I was just up so much, but the long-term trade is still valid. Just keep in mind, you do have earnings on Tuesday for QS, which is like the next day in the market, right? The market's going to be closed on Monday. So the next trading day in the market after hours, QS's earnings and the conference call. I mean, their product is years away, so I don't think anybody's expecting them to have revenue, but they're going to be talking about what's it called? You know, just like a forecast of what they're working on, their expenses, maybe something like that. But just keep that in mind on QS. And yeah, QS was up 22% today. Fisker was up 23% today. QS is even up more after hours. Fisker is pretty much at the same price after hours. Hopefully, if you're part of the free trading movement, you were in at least one of these two trades because I've been talking about them so much. And I put out buy calls on both of them, and I put out trades on both of them. It's just awesome stuff right there. We get the rest of the trades. Clove hasn't done much. I put out this trade today. It's at the entry. So Clover, I put out this trade today. You have a bullish Gartley harmonic pattern. It's not really at the PCZ, but it is kind of like double bottoming in the general area. Then you have daily hidden bullish divergence and 4-hour classic bullish divergence on Clover. So this is the new trade, Clover. UWMC was the trade I put out yesterday. This one's down 2%. Actually, Clover and UWMC are very, very, is the mic better now? Hello, hello. Is it better now? Let me put it down. All right, just give me a yes. Give me a yes in the chat if it's better now. All right. Hopefully it is better. Just say yes in the chat if the mic's fine now. Getting a no and a yes. Got one yes. I'm on the moon with Fisker expect. I don't know why my mic does this. It just randomly I guess, gets fuzzy out of nowhere. I'm talking. Can you hear me? Blah, blah, blah. Hopefully it's good now. All right, I think it's better now. I think it just glitches out for a little bit every single stream. It's so weird. But yeah, UWMC and Clover are pretty much the same chart. You both have, this one is a crab on UWMC, and then Clover is a bullish Gartley. And both of them, you're not at the exact PCZ, but you already found demand in those areas, right? In the pattern completion zones, they're a zone, right? So you found demand there, and they both have 4-hour classic bullish divergence. And UWMC doesn't really have daily hidden bullish divergence because you didn't make a higher low, but you're getting like, you know, this MACD is waning on the daily. So Clover and UWMC are very, very similar charts, and I put out trades on both of them. X, this one's just up a little bit, hidden bullish divergence on the daily, and then on the 4-hour you have hidden bullish divergence. You're out of support. Put this trade out earlier in the week. We even had a failed trade on X last week, and then like a month ago we had a 20% profit trade on X. So this is the third trade on X. Hopefully it works out. Nokia found some life today. It's pretty much back at the entry of the trade. Your 4-hour divergence is still developing. DGLY, not a good, I mean, it was pretty much flat today. You're trying to hold the 200-day moving average. As long as you're above the 200-day moving average on DGLY, you're good. Beyond, nothing's really changed here. The 4-hour actually looks pretty good, the divergence, and the trade's up 3.5%. TNK is actually breaking the 200-day moving average. Christian gave the idea for this trade. It's up 20% right now, so shout out to Christian. XL was up 3% today, so now the trade is up 7% overall. Finally, there was some like hidden bearish divergence on the 4-hour. It was just a little bit overbought here. There wasn't enough demand. You came back down to the entry, and then you bounced at the entry again. And then Boeing, really not too much since I posted it. Honestly, the 4-hour doesn't look as good as when I posted it, and the daily doesn't look as good. The technicals don't look nearly as good as when I posted it, so we'll see what happens there. And that's your recap of the trades pretty much. We also had RMO. This one got stopped out today. DYAI hit the target today. And yeah, that's a recap of the trades. It was an insane week, okay? It was an absolutely insane week. I hope you were in some of the trades. Well, pretty much I hope you were in every single trade except for RMO, or debatably DGLY as well. And then UWMC is down a little bit. But all of these, come on. It's just awesome. It's just, it's not even about the money. That's not why I'm like super hyped. It's just about like how much you can learn from every single one of these trades. Every single trade, not only could it bring you money or potentially lose you money, but you always come out of every single trade with one thing, okay? It's something I want everybody to remember. Every time you put on a trade, no matter where you exit, whether you're up or down or even, you come out always with experience, okay? So every single trade, you know, they give you different trade ideas, different ways to learn about trading, different styles of trading, different time frames of trading. So all that just coming together for a very, very solid week. But yeah, that was just like, I guess, the weekly recap. Yeah, CCIV went crazy. I'm not even joking when I say this. Like, I swear I'm not joking. And I'm going to show this to you in a second, but I was very, very close to putting out a trade on CCIV earlier this week. I just didn't. Like, I don't even know why I didn't. I just didn't. I just probably forgot or whatever it was. But I was looking at CCIV. There was hidden bullish divergence. There was like a demand line. It looked great. And then there was some Bloomberg terminal screenshots going around on Twitter. And then it went up crazy after hours today. And I think it was also doing crazy things today. So yeah, I should have put out the trade on CCIV. I just never really lined it up and put it out. But I was looking at it. It's been going crazy since $10, the redemption share price, with all the Lucid stuff. But yeah, if you want to send me a tip or buy some merchandise, that's the pinned comment in the chat and the first link in the description. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, we hit this last night, but I want to talk about it again. We are at 2,000 subscribers on the channel. Let's go. 2,000 people have subscribed to the channel. I'm super hyped about that as well. Thank you to every single person who subscribed. Appreciate it a lot. Just unreal to be at 2,000 right now. And that's like the recap for the week. Not too crazy. Don't want to overcomplicate anything. We still have a few hours left in after hours. If that makes sense. Is there anything that people really want me to look at? I'm not going to be doing too much of chat requests just because the market's going to be closed for the weekend. So there's not really a point of doing too many chat requests until the next stream, which will be on Monday night. That's when we can do a lot of chat requests. But if there's something that makes sense to look at right now, not something that's up 40%, we can look at. Talking about CCIV. I don't know, my eye's been really weird today. Guess I'm just staring at the charts too much, but yeah, CCIV is wild. It's just higher lows, higher highs since its inception, all the hype around. It's not even technicals, but it's nice. Okay, there you go. I even lined it up. All right, there was a demand. I think I lined it up on the 1 hour. Yeah, I was gonna put out like a short-term trade on CCIV. I think it was like right over here. I charted it. I just didn't line up the reward to risk and I didn't put it out. So it was at a demand line. It showed hidden bullish divergence. I was going to put out a short-term trade because it's the 1 hour time frame on CCIV. Like, I think this was on Wednesday, February 11th. So this was yesterday, like literally yesterday, like around noon I was going to put out. I just didn't end up doing so, but very, very nice run on CCIV. Your support on CCIV is $35.30. And then if you want to use Fibonacci, your 2618 would be $45.60, and you're currently at your 1618. Thoughts on Doge? Cup and handle. I actually charted this earlier today. Doge is literally showing a cup and handle with 4 hour hidden bullish divergence. I'm not even joking. There's a cup and handle. It's not like a perfect cup. It's kind of like a weird one where like this part of it wasn't completely rounded. But it's like the idea of the rounding bottom and then like the flag afterwards, and then the hidden bullish divergence on the MACD and RSI. Yeah, there's a cup and handle on Doge right now. It's at 7 cents right now. I traded Doge when Doge was at 1/3 of a cent. Okay, it wasn't even 1 cent when I started trading Doge, and now it's at 7 cents. So it just feels so crazy to me to put out a trade when Doge is 7 cents. That's why I'm just I don't really know if I want to put out a trade here, but again, it's Doge. It can go crazy if Elon Musk decides to put out a tweet. But the technicals, believe it or not, the technicals look good. I'm just not too sure if I want to put out a trade at 7 cents. We already had a great trade on Doge. It was like 145% profits. I put that out like not last weekend, but the weekend before last weekend. It was like you pretty much would have doubled your money in one day if you took that trade. But the other one UMA, I kind of talked about it earlier. I'm in this trade right now. At one point earlier today, right now it's up like 6.5%. At one point, this trade was up 14% earlier today, the crypto trade. But it did have a big pullback. I haven't sold it. I'm still holding it, so I'm up 6%. But yeah, I don't even know. There really wasn't a resistance at the high of the day. It just kind of randomly pulled back, supply and demand. So it just, pulled back. It's fine. My target on UMA is pretty much just like the golden retrace, right? Where you have a move down, and then I'm going for the golden retrace on the move up. So around like $38 is like the price target. But remember, wherever you want to take profits, profit is always profit. Just these are based on technicals. And yeah, this trade's up nicely. Hopefully it can go up back to where it was earlier today. But yeah, that's the UMA. Futures are closed as well. Apple, yeah, I did buy some Apple right before the close today. It's at the demand line. Yeah, Rooster messaged me about it. Somebody was talking about it in the Discord as well. And we looked at Apple last night on stream, I believe, or we've looked at Apple a couple times this week where I've been showing this demand line. It's back at the demand line, and look, it bounced off of the demand line today. Got to the demand line, it bounced off of it, and I think what Rooster was saying was some Class B hidden bullish divergence where you pretty much made the same level of negative momentum on your MACD, but you made a higher low. And then on your RSI, pretty much the same thing. You have like Class B hidden bullish divergence at the demand line. That's really what you're looking at here, and it's not too hard to manage your risk on Apple. You know, entry around there. Target's a little bit iffy. That's like literally like a 2% move. Like this is kind of how I'm playing it with options. I'm not even joking. Where my stop loss is just like pretty much under the support, right? You have the demand line and a horizontal support at around like 133. So my stop loss will be a little bit under that. And then my target, I mean, really, that's 3%. So playing with common shares is really not much. So I just got some options on Apple. I don't care if it doesn't work out. Remember, the downside here is literally 1%. So my options will probably be down like 5 to 10%. So it's just like a, I don't know. I just ended up taking the trade. I was already up so much because of QS and FSR. So I was like, yeah, it's on the demand line. I'll give it a chance. I'll manage my risk. If I lose, whatever. Just kind of some profit money at a demand line with managed risk. It's tradable, for sure. But you really need to get back above. If you can get over 138, you're probably going to retest all-time highs. But 138 was your resistance right over here, and right over here, literally this week. So that's like the big resistance on Apple. We need more likes in the stream. If you're in the stream right now and you have not hit that like button, make sure to hit that like button. But yeah, let's get to 30 likes. I know this is not my usual stream time. It's just on a day like today. I just kind of felt like it would be just not right if I didn't stream with everything that happened. But I'm just super happy about QS and FSR. I'm sorry for being super happy about it. It's just something I really, really believed in, or two things I really, really believed in ended up playing out. So, you know, I can't even think of like the right word to use for QS and FSR. Just, it's not even only about the money. It's just about like how I've learned all these technicals, and just to see them play out, and then to see them literally catapult insane because of price targets is awesome. Okay. But yeah, thoughts on AMC. Let's take a look at it. I wonder what AMC did today, actually. It was even. So AMC's been showing some 4-hour hidden bullish divergence. A lot of the, the whole entire Wall Street bet stocks, like, I don't know about GameStop, but AMC, VXRT, which was kind of not really, I don't know, Nokia, they've been showing this 4-hour hidden bullish divergence and like falling wedges at supports. So I said this a couple days ago, but I'm really interested to see if these technicals on the 4-hour play out on these charts after their insane dumps. It is possible to manage your risk on AMC and Nokia, which is literally a trade, and stuff like that. You did have a falling wedge on AMC, you broke out of it, now you're going sideways. So all of these, Wall Street bet stocks are starting to go sideways now after just dumping after the, pump and dump with everything. So we'll see if AMC can hold $5, you can see higher levels. If Nokia, which is literally a trade, where is it, right here? If it can hold $4, you see much higher levels. We can take a look at GameStop, sure. GameStop's, they're all showing the same exact thing. GameStop's the same exact thing. 4-hour hidden bullish divergence, right? I don't even care where I line that up. Very, very obvious on your MACD and RSI. Literally all the charts look the same. Okay, they all have 4-hour hidden bullish divergence. GameStop, AMC, Nokia, 4-hour hidden bullish divergence, and they're building supports. They kind of stopped dumping and now they're just going sideways, right? So your support on GameStop's like $47. Your support on AMC is like $5. Your support on Nokia is like $4. So it's just interesting, okay? And I'm giving Nokia a chance just because I feel like it didn't have as crazy of a pump and dump as the other ones, where it's a little bit more back towards its value it was before, but not, it's still higher, but like, you've been at $4 many times in 2020, so $4 is not a crazy price on Nokia. at all. Yeah, high short interest, yep. And I wonder if they're also getting, I mean, you'd assume that they were heavily shorted on their ways down as well. What else we got? CKPT. We already talked about Fisker in the beginning of the stream. It was the first thing I talked about, so you can just scroll back and see. I had a nice long talk about it. Super happy about it. CKPT, I'm not too sure. So your support kind of looks like 394, and then resistance like 480. That's the best I can do for you. No pattern, no divergence. See what's happening after hours. Fisker and QS really not moving too much after hours. Let me see if any other trades are. Not really. No, I don't think there's much after hours movement going on any of the trades right now. So again, if you're requesting tickers that are just a straight line up or a straight line down, there's not much I can do for you. Just because I need data and I need, you know, consistency and divergence and supports. On JAG-X, it looks like a descending triangle and you're at the apex, so you're going to break out to either side. Whichever side you break out to will probably be telling. FII, I don't like how it fell under 1233. Kind of looks like a falling wedge, sure. I mean, maybe like a channel. Yeah, it just kind of looks like a downsloping channel. You have some classic bullish divergence on the 4 hour. So yeah, you're trying to pivot here. It's not too bad. You can hold above this demand line, which shouldn't be too hard. Solo, take a look at that. It had the fake out. It was trying to break out. It just never confirmed it. You could not flip the resistance into a support, and then it came back down. It's in the middle of the channel. So if Solo looked really good over here, it was double bottoming in the channel with hidden bullish divergence. I showed it literally the night before. It had like a 10% day. And it just didn't confirm it and it sold back off. Believe it or not, I perfectly traded Solo with 1 share of Solo. Okay, it was like a joke. I got 1 share of Solo, and I literally got it the day before it made a 10% move. And then the day it made the 10% move right over here, I sold it at the top and then it fell back down. So the only time I've traded Solo, I made profit. I made 80 whole entire cents. So I'm a profitable Solo trader. Let's go. Yes, I did talk about UWMC. I talked about all the trades earlier. What else? CLSK. I think we did that, no? Plug. BTIL. But yeah, keep hitting that like button. Let's get to 30 likes. I know it's not the usual time that I stream. And if you want to send me a tip or buy some merch, that's the pinned comment in the chat and the first link in the description. Not too sure about Plug. Yeah, it's kind of in like this multi-level support range. I'm just not too sure on that one. Same thing on DTIL. Your support's like 1243 on DTIL. And then resistance maybe like 15 bucks. No, I do not only trade options. I primarily actually just trade regular. Well, it just depends on the timing. Like this week, I actually traded a lot of options. But like the last few weeks, I've mainly just been trading common shares. Then at the end of December, I was trading a lot of options. It really just depends on the timing and how the market looks and how the trades look and stuff like that and how risky I'm feeling. DNOW crazy run. Your support is 929. You have a resistance at 1059. If 1059 breaks, then you have another one at like 11 bucks. After 11, 1174. LI, ELOV, Clover. I'm not trying to do too many requests right on this stream just because you know, the market's close to the weekend. We could do them later. Oh, did you say Clove? Yeah, we already talked about Clove. We talked about all the trades in the beginning of the stream. You can just scroll back and see them. $19 support on BLDP, which it's literally, oh my gosh, it's way above that. So your short-term support is probably $33. Resistance like $38.60. I'm not too sure about that chart. You know, a lot of the things that are getting requested, these are not things I can really help you out with. So don't take it the wrong way if I say I don't know, because I literally don't know. I don't want to sit here and BS. When something is literally a straight line up There's no pattern, there's no divergence. I need consistency. I like getting in before the big moves up. At this point, it's all of these things that I'm looking at right now are 50-50. I can see them going either way. Be Collective with the $5 donation. SKT, I can take a look at that. Appreciate the $5. Same thing with ITRM, I have no clue. 50-50 based on technicals alone. SKT. This hidden bullish divergence, yeah, you have, it's kind of not really confirming. Like you confirmed it, then you went right back down to red on the 4 hour. You could, I guess I could just chart it, but you really just want your MACD to start building in the green, right? You're actually at a resistance, $14, or you're actually at a support. 14.10 is your support, and then your resistance is 16.11. Let's see if there's anything on the daily. Not really. Maybe a little bit of hidden bullish divergence on the RSI on the daily, nothing too crazy. But yeah, you're at a very make or break area. Above 14, you're fine. Below 14, take a little bit of caution. That's like the make or break area in my opinion. If you break 14, it looks like your next support is like 11.33. So $30 donation from Sen CYR, if that's how you pronounce it, in Fisker since July. The bags got heavy, but today was sweet. Let's go. Let me fix my audio real quick. Thank you very much for the $30 donation. SDNCYR, appreciate it. Let's get some vibes in the chat. Yeah, it's strange, right? Because I'm looking at my Roth IRA, which is just straight up just Fisker, and it was just pretty much for the last month. It hasn't, my Roth account hasn't moved. I've just been waiting. I've been accumulating. I've actually been adding to Fisker at 15. I have added to Fisker in the last month, like double my position. When it was at 15, I pretty much doubled my position. So I had my initial position from the bullish butterfly at $9. And then I really didn't touch that. Even when it was at 23, I didn't even sell it there. Remember, I have a 10-year outlook and I don't want to lose my average cost. That's what's like super important to me, my average cost on Fisker. So that's why I'm not really looking to sell it. Let me put down the music. It looks like super loud. But yeah, seeing the account today, my Roth account today was awesome. It just, not only the money, like I said before, it's not only about the money. It's just about like the validation of really believing in something and it working out. How would you suggest someone with a 500 approach to trading? Not too sure what you mean by that. But, you know, I did not have that much at all when I started trading like 9 months ago. And really with any amount, if you just compound your profits and you trade the right way, it can become a really, really big amount. I've seen a lot of people get insane gains on little amounts. And yeah, if you just do it the right way and if you trust the process and you have patience, things can really turn out very, very nicely in not too long of a time, if that makes sense. Yeah, BurgerFi made us move. I was planning on holding BurgerFi for years and years. BurgerFi was in my Roth, but I sold it for more Fisker, okay? And technically that's worked out very, very well for right now. But I did sell my BurgerFi position. It had like a 15% pop. I sold that for a 15% gain. And then I put that money in Fisker. It's right over here. It's up 5% today. I did sell it like right over here, so I definitely could have held it longer. But Fisker's already ran much more since BurgerFi, and it's pretty much this week alone, so it's fine. Yeah, I tried to put out a trade on BurgerFi. I was like 1 week too early, and it got stop hunted. It went right under the 200-day moving average, then it came right back above it. There was hidden bullish divergence. It was breaking out of the downtrend. It was at the 200-day moving average. It looked so bullish. My timing was a little bit off, very similar to the X trade. Like, I hope you get the ideas on the trade. It's just like the timing doesn't always work out perfectly. Like on the X trade, they literally had an offering like 3 hours after I posted the trade, which sucks. $20 donation from Guy in Hat. Let's go. Appreciate it, Guy in Hat. DraftKings also interested on what's your price target for NAT would be. You're in big profit. Nice to hear that. If you've been watching Mitch Ray's streams for the last like 2 weeks, he's been super bullish on NAT. So yeah, we can take a look at both of them right now. I'm just trying to make sure I didn't miss any. Okay, we're good. Yeah, if anybody else wants to send a tip or buy some merchandise, that is the pinned comment in the chat and the first link in the description. Let's take a look at both of those right now. And again, if I skip your ticker, I apologize. If I forget a lot, don't blame me. All right, DraftKings. Interesting. So there's not much of an edge on the MACD or the RSI. Well, actually, you could create hidden bullish divergence on the 4 hour. So yes, if you get more development, And basically on DraftKings, it broke out of the inverse head and shoulders. And it hit the all-time highs. If you watched the stream like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was saying if you do break out of this inverse head and shoulders, you're probably going to go right to $64. And just to test it, you did test it, but you couldn't break it. And now you're falling back down. So it looks like you're kind of like retesting. Like you could probably just anchor like this, right? If you just anchor the wicks on the neckline, it looks like you broke out and then you back tested the breakout and then you're bouncing again. So as long as you stay above this green line, you could pivot up to retest 64. If you break 64, you can see much higher prices on DraftKings. But you know, you definitely want to hold this green line. Otherwise, your next major support would be 55.81. That would probably be coming next. Would it be on your RSI? Yeah, you kind of have a little bit of divergence on your 4-hour RSI as well. NAT, huge move. Yeah, you shot like a very clear double bottom, a very clear supply line. And then, yeah, it broke out. I'm not too sure about price targets. I don't want to disclose, you know, Mitch Ray's price targets because that's exclusive to the Patreon. So just me looking at this chart like I would look at any other chart. Your 200-day moving average is at 384. That could be a resistance. And if I'm looking for another horizontal resistance, looks like right here. So if we look at 446, 446 was your support right over here in August, and then it was your resistance right here in October of 2019. So the two levels I'm seeing would be the 200-day moving average at $3.84, and then above that, if it breaks the 200-day moving average, looks like your next resistance would be like around like 440-ish based on this support from 2017 and this resistance from 2019. Thank you again for the $20 donation, Guy and Hat. Hope you're doing well. MRK. This one's a little bit weird. Your support range is between like $72 to $74. No divergence on the daily, and nothing on the 4-hour. Not really. Actually, let me skip that song. Yeah, no. You could call this like local divergence on the 4-hour, kind of like this right here. So as long as it's like you're in your make or break area. If you can stay above 72, you're fine. If you fall under 72, that's when I would say take caution. Because then under 72, your next support would be like 66.59. And then resistances, if it does pivot eventually, $78. Above 78.83. So those are all your levels on MRK. There's no exclusive. The charts are public. No, I was talking about Mitch Ray's trades. Those are exclusive. So I can't, like, you know, there was just something that happened early in the week. So I just got to be more careful. I didn't do anything wrong. It was just, how do I put it? A bad circumstance. Just some weird, I don't want to go too much into it. Just some weird things, alright? So I'm just trying to be more cautious. CBOE. Support is at like 84.75. Resistance like $100, kind of. You have another support. Really, where you bounced off today, 87 could be a support. I would honestly say, like, so this is like your support range, all right? You could definitely manage your risk right here. You could trade at something like this, where you would target the top, and then your stop loss would be under 84, 86, like a few percent. Scrooge with the $30 donation. Let's get it, Scrooge. How you doing? No words or anything. Just a very straightforward $30 donation. I appreciate it, Scrooge. I appreciate all the donations you've been sending. You a real one, Scrooge. Thank you for the $30 donation. Have a good weekend, Rooster. See you next week. Thank you for all the help. I noticed Rooster changed profile picture. I can't even see what the profile picture says. CLSK, we already looked at it, didn't we? Yeah, we did. You want to save up 26.43 on CLSK. I have so much homework to do this weekend, it's not even fun. So there's, 3-day weekend, but I have so much homework that I'm going to be doing more work on the weekend than I was doing during the week. I just didn't do any homework this week. I was just really, you know how much like time I probably spent 15, I'm not even joking, I probably spent 15 hours this week looking at the QS chart. I'm like straight up, honestly more. I probably spent double that, like 30 hours looking at the QS chart this week. That's pretty much what I did for all of Tuesday and Wednesday, and then yesterday and today I spent pretty much around a good amount of time looking at. I've been looking at the QS chart so much. You guys are helping with my homework. I have a math exam, an essay for English, math homework, psychology homework, and a psychology project, but that's not due for a while. I'm not doing it today either. I'm just going to be relaxing tonight after an awesome day. I'll probably just be doing homework all of Saturday and Sunday. And then on Monday, market's closed, but I'll probably try and look for some new trades on Monday. You guys are offering to take parts of my homework. You guys are the best. Appreciate the support, Mr. J Long. See what everything's at after hours. Fisker just fell after hours. Fisker is at $18.56. So it fell about 50 cents after hours. QS hasn't moved after hours. Doesn't look like anything else moved much. Nope. See what the crypto trade is at. Same exact level since last time I looked at it. See what Dogecoin's doing. Alright. This is not a trade, okay? It's not a trade. Maybe it will be. I don't know. Okay, we'll see. I just lined up a potential. A lot of the time, what I do is I chart out the trades and I just set an alert at the entry. And if it comes down to the entry and the technicals look good and I'm really feeling it, I'll just literally just hit publish and then put it out. But like, until I do that, don't consider this until I do that, right? I just like keeping things ready so that if something happens, I can just post it real quick and alert everybody instead of having to wait and then the price goes up or whatever. But this is just like, the main reason I kind of looked at Doge like this, I'm just kind of looking at it like any other chart, right? If I looked at this like Apple, this would be how I would, honestly, if I looked at it like Apple, I'd probably make a much higher target because it's Apple, but it's just, that would be a 53% profit if it played out. It's just a cup and handle with 4-hour hidden bullish divergence. And the thing is, technicals have been playing out so well on Doge. There was 2 Gartleys in a row that both played out perfectly and hit their targets. And I put out a trade on the first one. So up and handle on Doge, just not financial advice at all. It's at 7 cents right now. We did look at plug earlier. Just in this range, you want to stay above 59.59 on plug. That's that. I think that I don't want to, I just wanted to show up to the stream, celebrate a little bit with the 2,000 subscribers, the QS trade, the Fisker trade, give an update on the rest of the trades, do a few ticker requests, nothing too crazy. Remember, it's the weekend now. You want to spend some time enjoying yourself, even though I have to do homework this weekend. But I hope everybody has a great weekend. I really sincerely hope that, you were in some of the great trades this week. If you weren't, I promise you there's going to be much more. There's going to be more in next week and the week after. There's not one week since I started putting out trades that has been a bad week. Every single week since I started putting out trades has been very, very profitable, where the majority of trades were profitable, and the ones that were winners were a lot more percentage gains than the ones that were losers. So as long as that trend continues, eventually, yeah, sure, I'm probably going to have a bad week at some point. Nobody's perfect. But I think for the last 14 weeks in a row, every single week has been a winning week by a very far amount. So I'm currently 14 for 14. I will honestly say at some point I'm going to have a bad week. It's just like maybe the market will be terrible one week. But there actually has been a couple terrible weeks, like 2 weeks ago in the market, which I just heavily outperformed the market with the trade. So I'm trying my best. Hopefully you're enjoying everything. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Remember, take your profits, don't give them back to the market. As I would say, take your profits so the market will take them for you. For most things, unless you're investing and you have like a very long-term outlook. But yeah, Just remember the S&P is at the top of the flag. I have no clue what's going to be coming next, and I don't need to know. All you need to be able to do as a trader is react, okay? Because there's no certainty in trading. You just gotta manage your risk, react, have a great weekend. That's what you have to do, okay? So thank you for everything. Thank you for all the tips, all the subscribers, 2,000 subscribers, 6,000 Twitter followers, 1,400 Discord members. I cannot believe it. And all of you, enjoy your weekends. Eric says, bro, honestly, your work ethic is so motivating and you're definitely making me a better trader. Very, very glad to hear that. Very humbling to hear that. I appreciate it very much, Eric. Yeah, above anything else, I just try and, work as hard as I can. And it's like, I always have goals, and then I hit those goals, and then I make new goals. There's never a finish point. You just want to hit a goal, make a new one, hit that goal, make a new one. Just a never-ending process. It's all about the journey. All right, there's your motivation. Have a great weekend. Here's Scrooge. Thank you again for the $30 donation. Scrooge advice, don't have too many places at once. You mean like houses or like trades? Don't have too many places? Peace out, the guy. Alright, what do we... Gotta play a great song and close out the stream. Let me think. Let me think right now. How do we close out the stream correctly after this amazing day? How do we close it out? Oh, you meant trades? Yeah. It really just comes down to personal preference. Some people like having heavily diversified portfolios. Some people only like having a few trades. But over diversification is also a thing, definitely. Where you won't be making enough off of each trade. Because I'm trying to find, I just want a good song. Let's go with this one. I used to play this song in the stream a lot back in the day, like, not back in the day, I'm saying that was like years ago, like a month ago. I used to play the song in the stream a lot. Some people enjoyed it. It's one of my favorite songs right now. So have a great weekend, everybody. Peace out.
Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. Heat waves been faking me out. Can't make you happier now. Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. Heat waves been faking me out. Can't make you happier now. Usually I put something on TV, so we never think about you and me. But today I see our reflections clearly in Hollywood, laying on the screen. You just need a better life than this. You need something I can never give. Fake water all across the road. It's gone now, the night is come. But sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. Heat waves been faking me out. Can't make you happier now. You can't fight it, you can't breathe. You say something so loving, but now I gotta let you go. You'll be better off in someone new. I don't wanna be alone. You know it hurts me too. You look so broken when you cry. One more and then I say goodbye. Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. Heat waves been faking me out. Can't make you happier now. Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. Heat waves been faking me out. Can't make you happier now. I just wonder what you're dreaming of when you sleep and smile so comfortable. I just wish that I could give you that. lies perfectly unsaid. Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. He always been faking me out. He always been faking me